Alright guys, a quick update on my well house and plumbing installation what have you that I'm working on. The well house, as you can see, I've got a little bit more done on that, and I'll do a little bit more today. But got it framed, siding on most of it, and got some corner posts put up to protect the corners of the OSB sheathing. Now the main body, if you watched my last video, I don't know if I showed it all framed up or not. I framed a box pretty much, and it's got joists running across the top flat, so the box will be insulated and everything. It's one unit, and this roof, I don't know if I can get this, but this roof, as you can see, is portable. I mean, I can take it off, and I'll have mounting straps, kind of like hurricane straps, that I'll put it in place with, and then those can come off, and then slide the roof off and get inside of the thing to pull the pump out if we need to. And the flat ceiling on top of here will have a hatch, so we can open it up and get right down to the pump, pull it out, and then we'll go around this side. I'm not all the way done with it. I've got to do this door side and make the door and shingle the roof, obviously, and finish that up. But it's kind of, and the sun's in my eyes. I can't see the screen of my recorder here, so I hope I'm getting a good shot of that. But that's it. Installation's ready to go in, and I'm not going to finish the inside. I'm just going to insulate it, leave it be like that. And it's got a Quikrete base. I dug a pit, filled it with Quikrete, and then built my house off of that. It's anchored down into the Quikrete, and so that's that so far. And then I'm working on my plumbing and skirting, and I got my 2x4 framing up for this side of skirting, and it looks, I know from this perspective it looks like everything's all twisty curvy, and it might be just a little bit. None of my skirting framing is anchored into the ground, it's just sitting on the ground, but most of that curvedness is actually up and down, not out away from the cabin. It'll look a lot straighter once the sheathing gets on it. Now I have a couple of questions for anybody who might know the answers. One, and I'm a little concerned about this, is where you can see my input line coming in here for my plumbing. I have 1-inch input lines for my cold. It branches off into 1/2 inch for my hot and stuff. But, anyway, that's coming in, and the ground right there is darkened, like it's wet. And it's not real wet. It's cold, but it's not wet to the touch. There's no water, but it looks clearly damp. And I'm worried about maybe a leak in my input line. But here's the question. I'm going to dig it up and check, but maybe you can share your thoughts on this. When we filled this ditch up, and it comes from the well, and comes down in under the cabin and shoots up right there. We filled that in. Now you can see how this is all kind of dirty and yucky here. It was all nice, clean, 2.5 inch thick gravel, like everywhere else around the cabin. But when we filled this ditch in, a lot of that gravel got pushed in. So I think after these big rains, maybe it's just that there's so much gravel that got stuck in the pit that it's porous, and maybe it's holding water a little longer than the rest of the ground, and maybe that's why it's getting damp right there. Maybe it's not a leak. Maybe it's just spongy ground, or not spongy, but porous ground. I hope that's the case. We'll find out. If you think that's possible, share your thoughts on that. The other question, I bought two 30-foot strips of heat tape that I'm going to install under here and run around, but the instructions have got me a little concerned. They say that the heat tape can overheat real easily if you don't install it just so. And one of the things the instructions talk about is not running the lines too close together, not getting two lines, but on 1/2 inch stuff where you come across, and then you either I don't know if I'm getting this on tape, come across here and you either shoot over here to here and come back down again, or you come back down and go over again. So you'd have to come up one side, then down the other, and go across. Now they don't really give you a measurement on what's too close. I'm wondering if being on either side of this is too close. You can share your input on that. That'd be awesome. And then if I wanted to, do you think I could come up here and then just kind of daisy over here and then start again, maybe putting something between it and the wood, maybe some foil covered or foil faced insulation just stapled here, and then so that it runs across that, something like that. But yeah, I'm just wondering how close I could run it. It doesn't really tell me. So that's that, guys. I'm not, I'm a stay-at-home dad right now, and I've got a 2-year-old, and I've got, that's my primary responsibility. So I'm not getting as much time to work on the stuff as I'd like to. My girl's taking a nap right now, so I came out to make this video. When my big kids get home from school, I get a couple hours in the afternoon to do my work, and that's what I've been doing. So that's it. I will make another video when I get it all the way done out here. Everything winterized, the well house all the way done. I'll make another shot to show you how that turned out. On the corners of the house here where the OSB come together, I'm also going to do some treated lumber to make a corner post on that. And so that's it. I'll give you an update later.